Hello everybody. Welcome you all in this online edu classes for class 8 social science. Here I am Minakshi Pandey with the video for chapter 5 of history when people rebel 1857 and after. This is the second part of the video. The learning outcomes of this video. When you will see this video, you will be able to know that how the mutiny spread. Then, who were the new leaders who came up during this time? How the company fight backs, and then you will be knowing about that what were the changes that were being brought after this revolt of 1857. So let us begin with that. Children, as we know, in the previous part, we have already discussed about the cartridges that were being introduced by the East India Company. Let us know in the sequence itself that how the execution of Mangal Pandey was being taken up. Mangal Pandey, a young soldier in the cantonment in Barakpur, was hanged to death on 29th March 1857 as he denied his officer to use the cartridges which were been suspected to be coated with the fat of cows and pigs. So this has brought a major discontent among the entire regiment. The entire people, entire soldier in that regiment were being worried that how they have treated with Mangal Pandey. Now, in the same context, the spread of rebellion would be discussed. After just few days of those Mangal Pandey's execution, 85 other sepoys also refused to use those cartridges, resulting their dismissal and were sentenced to 10-year jail. Now, in response to this, other soldiers on 10th May marched to the jail and released the imprisoned sepoys and attacked British officers and thus started the revolt. Numerous British officers were killed, arms and ammunition were being seized, and buildings were set on fire by these angry soldiers. These soldiers marched to Delhi to meet the Mughal Emperor Bahadur Shah Zafar, as they only believed that Emperor would only be the one who will be helping them out in this condition. As they marched, hearing the news of their arrival in Delhi, the regiments that were stationed in Delhi also rose up in rebellion. These forces proclaimed the emperor as their leader. The emperor accepted their demands and wrote letters to all the chiefs and rulers of the country to come forward and organize a confederacy of Indian states to fight the British. Bahadur Shah Zafar, the emperor, a new hope for the ruling chieftains. Many small rulers and chieftains controlled different territories on behalf of the Mughal ruler. They felt that if the Mughal emperor could rule again, they too would be able to rule their own territories once more. The British had not expected this to happen, but the emperor's decision to bless the rebellion changed the entire situation dramatically. Major centers of revolt. The revolt, as you know, started from Meerut and then it was moved towards Delhi. From Delhi, as the Mughal emperor wrote the letters to different rulers and the chieftains, the rebellion spread from Jhansi, Bareilly, Lucknow, Kanpur and Faizabad as well. Let us now know about the response towards the rebellion. The very first, Birjis Qadr and Begum Hazrat Mahal. Birjis Qadr, the son of deposed Nawab Wajid Ali Shah, was proclaimed the new Nawab. He too acknowledged the suzerainty of Bahadur Shah Zafar. His mother Begum Hazrat Mahal took an active part in organizing the uprising against the British. In Jhansi, Rani Lakshmi Bai joined the rebel sepoys and fought the British along with Tatya Tope, the general of Nana Sahib. In Mandla region in Madhya Pradesh, Rani Avanti Bai Lodi of Ramgarh raised and led an army of 4,000 against the British who had taken over the administration of her states. Nana Sahib, the adopted son of late Peshwa Baji Rao, who lived near Kanpur, gathered armed forces and expelled the British garrison from the city. He proclaimed himself Peshwa. He declared that he was the governor under Emperor Bahadur Shah Zafar. Apart from that, Ahmadullah Shah, a Maulvi from Faizabad, prophesied that the rule of the British would come to an end soon. He caught the imagination of the people and raised a huge force of supporters. He came to Lucknow to fight the British. In Delhi, a large number of Ghazis or religious warriors came together to wipe out the white people. Bakht Khan, a soldier from Bareilly, took charge of a large force of fighters who come to Delhi. He became a key military leader of the rebellion. In Bihar, an old zamindar, Kunwar Singh, joined the rebel sepoys and battled with the British for many months. Leaders and fighters from across the land joined the fight. Now let us know that how the company fights back. The company was unnerved by the scale of the upheaval. It decided to repress the revolt with all its might. It brought reinforcements from England. It passed new laws to convict the rebels. British army moved into the storm center of the revolt. The very first thing was done that Delhi was recaptured, however, did not mean that the rebellion died down after that. People continued to resist and battle the British. Bahadur Shah Zafar was arrested. He was tried in a court and sentenced to life imprisonment. His sons were shot dead before his eyes. He was sent to prison in Rangoon, along with his wife Begum Zeenat Mahal in October 1858. The last Mughal emperor died in Rangoon jail in November 1862. Rani Lakshmi Bai. Rani Lakshmi Bai was defeated and killed in June 1858. Tatya Tope. He was captured, tried, and killed in April 1859. Now, Nana Sahib. Nana Sahib disappeared after his forces were defeated by British force. People continued to resist and battle the British. The British had to fight for 2 years to suppress the massive forces of popular rebellion, and it was in 1859 that they were successful in getting all the rebels suppressed. British fought back hard and on other hand tried to win the people's faith again by giving the rights to landlords who supported them and those who did not kill any white. Some important changes brought by the British after the revolt. So here we are going to deal with aftermath. According to the Act of 1858, powers of East India Company were transferred to British Crown. The Governor General was given the title of Viceroy. All rulers were made to acknowledge British Queen as sovereign paramount and were allowed to pass their kingdom to their heirs. Proportion of Indian soldiers in army were reduced. Muslims were held responsible for the rebellion, thus their land was confiscated. Social and religious practices were given respect. Zamindars and landlords were given protection and rights over their lands. Thus, a new phase of history began after 1857. With this, we have come to an end to this lessons video. We will now meet in the next video. Till then, thank you and have a nice time.